Have you ever wondered why God would separate people to go to heaven or hell? Have you thought to yourself, why did God give the Israelites so many rules in Leviticus? It's tough to understand why God can be strict or particular, but in order to understand God, it's first important to understand holiness. My name is Inkwell, and let me show you how holiness works. Imagine for a moment I invited you to my home and offered you something to drink. I put a cup in front of you, and I poured out from a pitcher toxic, poisonous sludge. Ingesting it will absolutely kill you, and even being near it could be enough to make you sick. Would you drink it? Probably not. You might even have a few choice words for me as you begin to gather your things to leave. But what if I offer to make things right, and I added just a drop of the purest water that this earth has to offer to your cup? Crisp, clean, and untouched by human hands. Would that help? Probably not. Why? Because there's still lots of that toxic sludge left over. Now, without question, you would probably drink a cup full of just straight, pure, clean, crisp water that I offered you before. But what if that cup had just a tiny drop of that lethal sludge in it? Just a tiny little drop. Still seem refreshing? In all four versions, only one scenario allows you to quench your thirst without dying or becoming sick. Even when a tiny drop of sludge is diluted by an entire cup of the purest water, it's still as lethal as a full cup of sludge. Holiness and sin work in the same way. Holiness would be the pure water. Sin is like the sludge. Holiness and sin are like oil and water. They can never truly mix. God is the source of holiness. And as much as God wants to have a relationship with us, He can't if we're full of sin, because sin and holiness can't exist in the same environments. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, yeah, but God can do anything. So what's stopping Him from having a relationship with me regardless of my sin? But it's not really a matter of choice. See, I love to swim. I love diving and jumping in the water, and I really love being underwater. But as much as I love the water, my body can't survive without oxygen. I would like to stay underwater for hours and hours at a time, but the nature of my being needs oxygen, and so I can't be underwater for as long as I want to. The nature of holiness also does not allow sin to be around it. And just like the three lethal options, no matter how much or how little sludge it has in it, any amount of it is lethal, even if it doesn't look like it is. There is no lesser of two evils when it comes to sin. Little sin and big sin are the same in God's eyes. And the result of all sin is distance and separation from God.